I get it. Betting overs is more fun. We want to hang out and drink beer and root for points and yards and catches and offense. But you know what's more fun than betting overs? Winning. Hello, my name is Adam Levitan, and during the 2021 NFL season, we absolutely torched the books on NFL player props. So how did our team manage to pick apart the books for a ridiculous 64% win rate? In this video, we will break down the top 5 techniques we apply to this market to achieve these returns, including the number one mistake that casual bettors are making. All right, tip number 5, beat the books to roll changes. We found so many props during the 2021 season where the lines simply were not adjusted after a roll change or after an injury. Good example, all year at the beginning of the year, Pat Freiermuth, the impressive rookie, and Eric Ebron, the veteran, were sharing snaps at tight end for the Steelers. Sharing. Then, middle of the year, Eric Ebron gets hurt. Books didn't adjust their Pat Freiermuth lines. They left them as if Eric Ebron was still playing the next game. So we were able to get Pat Freiermuth over 2.5 catches, which was what his lines were when Eric Ebron was playing. Freiermuth goes on to catch 4 balls against the Browns next week. Easy money. The key to this stuff is to bet it before the books know, before it's obvious in the box score. Another thing we keep a close eye on during the season is players earning bigger roles or players losing their role during the season. Really good example of this was the Bills last season. At the end of the year, Cole Beasley really started to fall out of favor with his coaches, snap counts declining. Meanwhile, coaches were talking up Gabe Davis so much. So we were able to get Cole Beasley unders and Gabe Davis overs, both at great lines. Books simply did not realize what was happening in the Bills wide receiver room. Number 4, go shopping and shop hard. This is not a hard one, but it is really important. You find and you bet the best price. I mean, during the NFL season, I have money on at least 5 different sports books at all times, sometimes as many as 15 different sports books, and I'm just always shopping. For example, you have to understand the difference between laying 110 to win 100 or laying 135 to win 100 is absolutely massive, roughly a 5% difference in expectation. It's going to be really hard to win in the NFL player prop market with access to only one book. Think of it like dating. We need to be out there playing the field. We can't settle for the first girl who's interested in us. Also, you want to be in the habit of checking for openers, the opening line each week. Lines go up as early as Tuesday or Wednesday during the NFL season. The longer they've been posted, the more time there is for smart bettors to find them, find mispricings, bet them. Once smart people start betting them, the books move the lines for this action. Those lines are gone. The lines are more efficient, and we're left in the cold. Tip number 3, trustworthy projections. It sounds simple, right? Just use some projections. Find some projections. No problem. They're all the same, Adam. It's simple, right? Wrong. So how can you tell that these projections are trustworthy? One simple tip. When a piece of breaking news comes out, check to see how and when the projections react. If they aren't quickly pushing updates that reflect this news, they generally aren't going to be a source that can be relied upon for prop betting. You have to make sure that you have a source where you trust the model and you trust the people who are creating the inputs that go into that model. We have a full team of spreadsheet virgins using sophisticated modeling and back-tested data to come up with an exact projection for every player and every stat. And the result of that is a quantitative system. It's based on math. It eliminates other biases that could often cloud a bettor's judgment, such as, and most importantly, recency bias. Speaking of recency bias, let's get to tip number 2. Be willing, very willing, to fade game logs. This is the number one mistake that novice prop bettors make. They look at the beast that is Derrick Henry. They say he's had 150 or more rushing yards in 3 straight games. And the following week, the line is only 133.5 rushing yards. I get that we want to bet over again, thinking that he'll continue this success. That's a mistake. Remember, the sports books and also other bettors are all looking at game logs and their prices are adjusting because of it. If anything, finding ways to go against game logs is a better strategy. All right, here we go. The number 1 tip that will make you the most money betting NFL props. Understanding that unders, yes, unders, reign supreme. I get it. Betting overs is more fun. We want to sit on our couch and drink beer and root for points and yards and catches and offense. So the public loves to bet overs, and that can inflate lines, especially on star players. But you know what's more fun than betting overs? Winning. I mean, think about all the ways that an over can go wrong. You bet an over. You're screwed if there is any kind of injury, which is underrated in the game as violent as football. You're screwed if there's any kind of unexpectedly bad game script. Let's say you have an over on a receiver who is a 6-point underdog, but then they return the opening kickoff for a touchdown. They front run the whole game. Passing attempts are capped. Any coaching decision. Let's say you take a Devontae Adams over. You better pray that the opponent does not double team him the whole game, as we saw at points in the 2021 season. If you take a Devin Singletary over, you better pray the coaches don't think that this is a better spot for Zach Moss or Matt Breida. We took nearly 2.5 more unders than overs during the 2021 season, hitting roughly 55% of our overs for 68% of our unders. Unders are king in the NFL prop streets. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel or visit establishtherun.com.